Hi Pisces, this is your August tarot reading, obviously for the month of August. And we definitely have a lot of things going on for the month of August. I've spent a lot of time over the last few days explaining these transits to the first 11 signs of the zodiac. And yeah, I'm going to tell you in a similar way that August is a very intense month. We have a lot of things going on. We have the North Node in Leo being activated and the South Node in Aquarius being activated and all these eclipses going on. So I've separated the main aspects of the month from beginning to end. We've had a few things take place already. Today's August 4th. Sorry, these videos are late. I'm going to get them uploaded as soon as I can. But Pisces, we are definitely in a unique situation, which is always the case with us because things just don't quite affect us like they do other people. But these energies are specifically interesting for our sign because we have a eclipse, a lunar eclipse happening in Aquarius. Now, I'm not sure if many of you Pisces know, but Aquarius is actually a very important sign to us. They are the sign before us. And to a certain extent, no matter what sign you are, the sign before you is kind of a superior role model to you because they're the energy on the zodiac wheel of the universe that brought you in. So without Aquarius pouring that water, would Pisces truly be able to swim? So there's this this aspect that forms on the zodiac wheel when it comes to the sign before you. And I watch all these videos, and I was watching a video last night where an astrologer, this lady that I watch, she was explaining how the sign before you is kind of no, the sign. So Pisces is the expression of Aquarius. Aries is the expression of Pisces. And then Taurus would be the expression of Aries. So there's kind of this overlaying that takes place, which probably shouldn't be surprising to you guys because Pisces is the all zodiac sign. There's like traits from all the 11 signs before us, making us a combination of all signs, and that's very unique. It definitely plays itself out in our lives. So yeah, Aquarius energy though. All energies are interesting to Pisces, especially Aquarius though. So I've been extremely focused on this eclipse, preparing for these energies, and I'm sure you guys have been able to feel them too. And the reason why you may be feeling extra subconscious-y and extra maybe illusion-y, we're like that all the time, but there are these energies in the universe taking place as we speak. These eclipses energies, we definitely walked into that type of eclipse energy today because it's the 4th and it's 3 days before the eclipse, and the energies are the most powerful 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after. So we're definitely, as Pisces, we've probably been able to feel it all year long, but these energies are definitely honing in. So, Aquarius is very, very important to us, and it is our house of subconscious. It's the house that is before us. So this eclipse is happening in our 12th house. That is very important because we are the 12th house. We are the 12th house of the subconscious. On the wheel, we're the 12th house. But we have our own personal 12th house on the zodiac wheel and in our natal charts. My 12th house on my natal chart when I was born is Sagittarius. But as a whole, Pisces is represented on the zodiac wheel with Aquarius in the area of their subconscious. So since there's going to be a full supermoon there, lunar eclipse, our subconsciouses are evolving, and it's very important for me and for us to ask spirit certain messages and guidance and ask the universe what these energies could mean for us. So that's what I'm going to pull cards on first, and then we're going to get a little information about the Mercury retrograde happening, and then we have another eclipse in Leo at the end of the month, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about that kind of stuff. But right now, let's just hone in on Pisces energy. Pisces, messages for Pisces. Subconscious, 12th house, lunar eclipse. What messages can I portray to us, Pisces? messages for Pisces. Oh, my cards are flowing. Okay, okay. Let's see what we have here, Pisces. It looks exactly how it feels. So we had these two cards pop out first. The Nine of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So, I feel all kinds of type of stuff about these energies, but I'm going to heed my intuition and just go with this. The Nine of Cups is relatable. The Nine of Cups speaks about an injured man. I feel pretty injured. These energies are pretty tough, even though we try to act like we're okay and like all of these things are okay. But the Nine of Wands, I think I said Cups before. This is definitely Nine of Wands. It is about, one more battle. I remember reading about this card, and that's the main thing about this card, is that this man, he's very tired, he's very wounded, he's using this wand to keep himself sturdy, he's like limping, and there's all these wands behind him. And, I usually compare wand energy to creative manifesting, and that is what wands symbolize in tarot. So as far as our creative manifesting Pisces, we are definitely been in a battle about that. I definitely know in my life there's been some challenges, with my creativity. It's kind of blocked sometimes. If I'm experiencing negative energies, I can also feel even more blocked. So there's definitely a battle that we've been going through. That's exactly what this card is portraying. I feel the energy of a person who is quite tired of fighting, quite tired of the opposition, quite tired of the cycles in life that have been happening. And this is just the universe, coming in to say, hey, Pisces, I know you're tired, and, I know the greatest soldiers are given the greatest battles and the greatest fights, but you're giving these fights for a reason, and there's only one more left. And I don't mean that literally, because, life is an ongoing thing, but as far as a situation in your life, it's like this card is speaking to a certain situation or circumstance, and you'll know what I mean when I say this. I definitely know what this means for me, and it's quite relieving in a way to see this card come up, because this card comes up sometimes when I give myself personal readings, and it's just telling you, Pisces, that there is only, the battles are shrinking. This is the Nine of Wands, and the next is the Ten of Wands, which is your work is done, the battle is over. So we're almost at the Ten of Wands. And these cards did come out right together. And this card is particular. This is the Knight of Cups. Cups is water energy, so there is emotion. This may be speaking to an emotional battle that we're going through. I've been quite emotional, I've been going through lots of battles with my feelings and retreating inwards. And this may be a battle, It's quite realistic that this would be each feeling that we have, Pisces. We can feel a lot like our feelings are surrounding us, and we do lean a bit on our emotions, so it's interesting to see that this man is actually emotionally injured. That is what Spirit is trying to say about the Knight of Cups. This man is emotionally injured, and he's quite tired when it comes to his emotions. He's tired of fighting about his emotions. He's tired of being injured and being a victim of his emotions, and it's almost as if this Knight of Cups is delivering something to this injured man. If you look at it like a story, it's like this man is riding up, and he has something to offer this injured emotional man. And I say emotion because these cards came out together. And if you look closer, this knight, this is us, Pisces. This is us. This is you see the fish on his armor? This is very water energy, and what I'm feeling right now is that this is what we become. We have been going through a lot of battles. We went through our solar, all these eclipses and things with the South Node last year, So we're not the South Node anymore, but because of that energy, we have definitely learned to be harder. Some Pisces, including me, I know I'm one of the Pisces out there that have been hardened by a lot of situations, My emotions, emotionally, I have an emotional exterior now, even though that's not necessarily like a fish. Fish are the only water sign that are open emotionally. Scorpio and Cancer have a shell. So we're actually learning how to put this harder skin. It's like we have tougher skin now. But even our skin is covered in fish and water because we're very expressive. So we may have this armor on. We're ready to fight, but we're calm. This isn't like the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands where the horse is like aggressive and fighting. This is a subtle energy, and we're always offering something to someone. So we always have something to offer. We're a lot like this man. Okay, this is our energy honing in, and we definitely have some thoughts flying around with the wings attached to his armor. So Pisces, this is definitely speaking to an emotional battle because he's a knight, and I see that this man has fought a lot and he's injured because of fighting. So there's a couple different ways that we could see this. This could either be something coming to us. It's basically, some Pisces, we are opposite fish. So maybe one of our fish is the part of us that has put on this skin, that has hardened. We've learned a lot of harsh emotional lessons. People aren't the kindest to us. There's so many different things that can make a Pisces retreat to this knight type of figure. We don't usually like to be that, which is why the knight is coming up. This could have been any knight card, but it came with the with the fish on it because this is very much us right now. We do realize the battles that we're going through. This man is battling. This man is a knight, so he's ready to battle if he has to. But it's kind of like Pisces, that we don't like to fight unless there's some type of meaning behind it or some type of deeper knowing or offering. So there can be, this speaks to fighting happening in our lives, and it's kind of like we're at this point where it's like, if the fighting doesn't mean anything, if it's not fulfilling or of value, it's not worth fighting for anymore. So whatever that speaks to, also Pisces, so this is definitely the one more battle type of energy. There's another battle with our emotions, but it's coming to an end, you guys. So everything that we've done, all the hard work that we've learned with emotions is definitely showing in this reading. And it's good to have this kind of energy to protect ourselves. We're still riding in on a white horse. We're still pure, but we just have armor. Okay, we're just a little bit more tough now, is what I'm hearing with that. So those two cards came out, and then I have some other cards here. We have the Chariot card, and this is Cancer energy. This is controlling the light and the dark through your mind. So that's interesting that these cards came up for the Aquarius subconscious moon that we have going on. I mean, guys, this is really gonna open our subconscious up. Okay, and one thing I know about Cancer energy is that in this card, like a typical horse and buggy, the only thing that's missing are the reins that should be attached to these figures, right? But so this is about controlling the light and dark inside our minds, because the thing about an eclipse is that the earth, the sun, and the moon all line up. So earth stands for grounding, the moon, is our mood, and the sun is what we're aware of. So for our subconscious to be going through this type of alignment, what we're aware of, how we feel about what we're aware of, and how we ground ourselves with that is all going to be an aligning aspect. So it's interesting that this Cancer card comes up, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So, and we are the moon card also. So we relate personally to the moon. The moon is a very mysterious, water controlling thing. So it definitely comes up to show us of this, subconscious energy. And we have another figure here that's in armor. So I'm hearing that Pisces needs to protect themselves, not only from people, places, and things here on earth, but of supernatural forces as well, because there's a lot of psychic attacks that could happen, especially with a subconscious eclipse, full moon, because the subconscious is where we store everything. Pisces is better at handling the subconscious than anyone else, but still, part of psychic attacks is subconsciously attacking a person. Okay, we have the Devil card, which is ironically the opposite of Cancer, which is happening in the subconscious realm. The Devil card happens in the subconscious. The devil can't get you unless he's in your subconscious realm. He's already located there. You see, that's what most people don't understand about dark energy, is that we all have dark energy. We all have a subconscious that either you do or don't have control over. Pisces understands the subconscious a little differently though. So what I'm hearing is that this light and dark aspect is definitely going to be brought to attention. The light of other people, the dark of other people, the light of us, the dark of us, light of situations, the dark of situations. Okay, and we have the Two of Swords that can be connected to that. Okay, there's two different decisions. This is a balanced energy for the most part, and this is the moon coming up, even though it's a crescent moon, but this is a moon in this tarot card, so it just tells me that the waters are going to be at very high levels around these eclipses, especially the one on the 7th that we're talking about now, happening in our 12th house. So this can also be happening in our 12th house. This could be subconscious energy, Pisces. This can be a subconscious decision that we have to make, and we might feel quite bound because of that. There's a great deal of water and emotions and rocky emotions behind us, and we're just sitting like a stone cold figure, completely compelled in like in a defensive mode because we're blinded. This lady is blindfolded, and if you think about it, if to enter the subconscious, you have to close your eyes, right? You have to close your eyes. When you actually see into the spiritual world, you have to close your eyes. So I'm hearing, Pisces, you have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes to see these things. It's when you close your eyes and when you dream that you will find the answer. So for Pisces out there who literally have two decisions to make, you know, you may be deciding between, you know, and this is happening in the 12th house. It's something attached to the subconscious, okay? The subconscious is such a broad thing, even for a Pisces to explain, but I know you guys understand. Whatever's happening behind the scenes in that world that you have in your brain, you know what it feels like. We have those two fish that are always swimming opposite directions. And that's exactly like if there was a card for Pisces, the energy of us that we feel all the time, this would be the winner. Like this is what we feel. All that water that's not necessarily, we're not in the water, but it's coming. It's like almost like it's coming up to her. Do you see that? The water is flowing towards her like it would be on a beach on the shore. So the water is coming. These emotions are just waiting in the subconscious realm for us. And as Pisces, we're able to feel that. We're able to feel, we don't need things to be real for us to feel it. We just understand things, especially around times like this when our 12th house is even more enlightened. And we do have the Ace of Pentacles here, Pisces. So there's a gift coming for you. This is quite literally a gift coming from a different realm for you, and it's a gift of value, okay? It's a gift of, this is the Ace of Pentacles. There's all kinds of ace cards, but this is the Ace of Pentacles, which, you know, the universe can give you many things. It can give you many things, tangible things, emotional things. It can give you decision-making skills. But this is coming up because some of us, Pisces, may be going through a great financial restriction. We could be very hurting for money, you know. And what could be more subconscious than the fears of money or lack thereof? So here is a subconscious realm. You see how this hand is coming from the clouds, it's coming from an otherworldly place. This is what the subconscious is. And there is a gift coming from there, and it's attached to the World card, Pisces. So the World card, very, very important major arcana to show for us. And I mean, it's no surprise that our whole world would change, and this again looks like a subconscious realm that this angel is dwelling in. And one thing I want to point out about this card, I always point this out, is that it has Leo, it has Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So that's important because the South and North Node are in fixed signs right now. All of these eclipses are happening in fixed signs. So this is destiny. This is the world changing, and it's attached to this Ace of Pentacles. So some of us may have a money windfall coming in August, and it might change our world, you know. And I love to see this card show up for Pisces because I would love to manifest and embrace this kind of energy, this woman, and it's for the men too. It's just a free feeling with all the corners of destiny lined up, you know. And there's this wreath around her celebrating, okay. And the fact that it was attached to this Ace of Pentacles, it's just there's a lot about money, you know. I do see a lot of earth in these cards as well. So this is, you know, a money change. Our finances are probably going to completely change because of this, and this is a very dream-like realm. So this is going to happen, you know. The World card shows up, but there isn't a picture of the round earth, you know. Look at the clouds and the different figures, you know. This is understanding the world more so like Pisces, seeing it from all angles. And I love that that came out with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting. We have the Death card with the Strength card. Very interesting. This is also a Scorpio and a Leo. So whatever that may mean to some of you. Some of you may have Scorpio energy, Leo energy. Some of you may be with a Scorpio, some of you may be with a Leo. But what I'm really heated to say here is that in Leo season, there's going to be a complete transformation. The Death card speaks to transformation. It is our sister sign, Scorpio sign. But if there's one thing we understand about Scorpio, the eighth house of death, is that amazing things happen after the transformation. Amazing rebirth opportunities. So Pisces, there are a lot of things dying in our lives right now. And we're really going to have to practice our letting it go skills, because we had, and I heard this on a tarot video that I watched for us in August, just random people on YouTube, and there was this lady talking about in August how we were going to have to let go of some things. And that makes sense, because in order to have a new beginning, in order to be new, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm so ready for a new beginning. I'm so ready for a total transformation of my life. It just, the energies have not been matching up, and that compels me to bring back this Two of Swords card. It's like a life decision. It's like a subconscious life decision, because we've been able to feel this transformation happening for a long time. Pisces are psychic, so we can feel the universal shifts happening way before they actually occur, and they're very real to us. So the Death card, it does speak to loss. It does speak to death and transformation, but there is the sun there, and death is still on a white horse, and it kind of brings me back to the Chariot card. Like, we actually have both our sister signs here. We have Cancer and Scorpio that showed up. And what do these cards have in common? The light and the dark. There's light in the Death card. There's light in the Cancer card. There's light and dark in everything, and that might be the actual opposition that we're feeling. This is actually happening, Pisces, on such a universal level. I uploaded a video explaining a little bit about Pisces energy, and as a Pisces, I've just grown to understand more and more what it actually means to be a Pisces. We actually represent the emotional stability of other people. We represent the spirituality of other people. When we get around certain situations, it might not even be our energy that initially causes something, but we are the ones who are fluid enough to let it flow through us, and we actually can alchemize with that energy and turn it to positive energy. A lot of energy comes at Pisces because we're the last house. Everyone has to travel through the 12th house for a transformation. So with this moon coming up in our 12th house, it's definitely gonna put us in a position where, I mean, we're always in this position, right? We're always healing secretly. We're always helping people secretly. We're always that friend that people call on. But we're going to start feeling the attachments of other people more so around this time, because everyone's going through these transformations. The eclipses are going to affect everyone. And it's kind of like we have to heal everyone, Pisces. Like, we represent the subconscious with Aquarius's help of these full moons. We represent the subconscious happening, and in order to help people on a subconscious level, we have to open ourselves up to the universe subconsciously. So I definitely see some revealing going on about the light and the dark with these two signs coming up. And I mean, there's so much water here. We'll definitely be put in our element. And with these cards came out together, so it's kind of like in Leo season is what actually jump-started all these transformations. And I can vouch for that, because I felt a significant difference in Leo season. When the sun entered Leo last month in July, I felt a significant difference. And I believe that's because Leo is ruled by the sun, and Leo is the north node, and the sun is actually in Leo right now, very, very strong. So there's a lot of light going on, and there's definitely a transformation that is happening in Leo season for Pisces. And it also speaks to the strength that we have to go through these transformations. For these cards to come out, it's just really reminding you, Pisces, that you are strong enough. The universe designed you to be strong enough to go through this. We have a very special bond with Creator. We have a very special bond with the universe. Sometimes when we allow others to interfere, we lose track of our purpose. We lose track of the meaning of what we're here for. But inside Pisces, when we retreat to our own space and when we're asleep at nighttime, we get these profound messages from Spirit all the time. Spirit is always reminding Pisces how important we are to the universe, okay? And right now we just have a very important job. So I love that the Leo card came up for us. This is definitely, if we didn't have the strength before, we definitely have it now. And this is just a reminder. Everyone needs strength and courage. Courage is another lion type of word, so we definitely need the courage and strength to go through these transformations. And I definitely see some emotion happen there because of that. And then we have these cards, Pisces, the Fool card and the Nine of Cups. We also have the Nine of Wands, so no wonder there's one more battle. And let me just tell you, Pisces, there's so many negative energies, otherworldly, through people we know. They're really coming at us hard right now because the universe, there's actually negative energies in the universe that know Pisces are on a come up. So our subconsciouses are being attacked, our lives are being attacked, our relationships are being attacked. I've been able to feel it. I know that there's something out there that's very upset at us. It is because we do our work. We show faith, we show loyalty to the universe and to our creator. We're very spiritual people. The universe works through us every day. So, if I was a demon or if I was in a negative energy, I would want to take Pisces out too, but they can't. Especially because this is what's coming in for us. Um, just as sure as I'm pretty positive that you've been able to feel the negative energy around you, I'm not sure about all of you, but the majority of us have also been able to feel that faint feeling of peace inside, like it's all good, like it's okay, yep, bad thing happened, cool, another bad thing happened, whatever. We're just getting so much stronger because of that. And that might be exactly why this card is showing up, because we're just learning how to handle our emotions differently, Pisces. And we're just keeping the positivity in mind. I know that I've been really, really focused on what's positive, and the Pisces have been getting the Nine of Cups card for the last couple of months. So there is this wish coming in. That's what the Nine of Cups means. The Nine of Cups is a man who is content with what's around him. Wouldn't you love that, Pisces? I know I would love to be content right now and feel fulfilled and like I have everything that I need. This is a wish card. You look up this card, it's literally a wish come true card. So, Pisces, I know we are dreamers and we are wishers and we're believers and we are magical and we're always dreaming and wishing, okay? For us and the world, other people, everyone. We are an embodiment of that. So there's this new journey coming in after these wishes of ours are granted. We've been wishing on stars and wishbones and 1111 wishes for years now. And I think I finally feel this light coming in for us in August and especially in September. These energies are coming in. The sun is shining. This is Leo. There's a new beginning. We may even have some loyalty on our side of purity. If you know anyone who feels pure and loyal, this is a new journey that only the purest and only the loyal can go on with us. And there's the water in the background. The water's not touching us. It's soaring up. It's like we're controlling the waters now. So we're actually learning how to control our emotions. It's not that we're getting emotionally cold. I've been wondering that about myself lately. Like, why am I so like shut off towards my emotion? It's because everyone else is feeling so emotional right now. And Pisces it's like the universe doesn't even have to send us messages. We just understand, okay, it's August 2017. My soul remembers that around this time I just need to get a little bit more stern and I need to get a little bit more less emotional, because if we took up the emotion right now, Pisces, the mission of this subconscious moon would be depleted. Like, it wouldn't work. We need to free ourselves of emotion. And don't worry, you know how it is with us. We can act like something isn't bothering us for the time being, but in 3 years we will definitely express it. So, we are the only sign that's capable of doing that. Everyone else, has these restrictions and frustrations with their emotions. It's usually dangerous to, set aside your emotions, but for the universe and for other people, for souls, Pisces is the real MVP that'll take one for the team. So if you've been feeling, kind of emotionless and kind of cold, it's just because you're reserving room for the people in your life to express their emotions and to release them. And it's most likely onto you, or maybe you initiate these emotional situations, and you have to be the bad guy. You're going to have to take one for the team and everything's going to feel like it's coming out at you. And it's what we need to do is just understand the deeper meaning because of that. Because if we get caught up in why it's happening or the little things that are bothering us, we'll just look at it from an earthly perspective, and let's face it, that's just not what's supposed to go on. We hardly ever look at things in an earthly way. We're not in a logical way like that. It just won't make sense. So, if you're struggling with the emotional thing, there's that. And, that also might be a part of that psychic attack. There's definitely some energies in our life that just want to take from us. We've been feeling like this. This is the Five of Swords. Definitely an energy of someone taking what they already have enough of, but just taking. This can be demons. This is people in our lives. This is people we work with. Like, we know these people, Pisces. They take from us because they can feel how kind we are. And just because we have this Nine of Cups, and that's interesting because when we get our wishes granted, because this is coming, Pisces, I've been able to feel it, and I really hope that you have been able to. The light is here, and when we get our wish to come true, here are these people going to be coming. Oh, look at me, I don't have anything, Pisces, even though you haven't been in my life for all year. Now all of a sudden that my energy is very vibrant, you want to come back. But Pisces, I'm really going to say that we need to embrace this new beginning because we're very blessed right now. Very, very blessed with a lot of sunlight. And, these eclipses are really going to shift some things in our life. And for us, it's going to be in a more positive direction because the initial blow of the eclipses are going to stir some things up. But it's all for a reason. These battles are for a reason. So there is a wish coming in. And, these cards here, this is just crazy. I mean, look at all of the abundance and all of the power and all the luck and love. We're so humble. And so oftentimes we probably don't even embrace and accept what we feel coming from the universe, but it's here. I mean, I see it all. We also have the Four of Wands connected with the Four of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. Definitely something with the number 4, like the 4th house of home. This is a marriage card, Pisces. So some of you can be with someone who you're celebrating with. These people are having like a wedding party, or it could be a new relationship, or just someone who you join forces with. But you're obviously celebrating a happy home. Like I love this. I can't wait for this energy to come in. And it's attached to the Four of Swords. So no brainer for a subconscious moon. We're definitely going to have to be resting, right? This is a sacred resting energy. This is a this is a meditating, it could be manifesting, but this is a meditating energy. The man is in gold, right? And he's came to this church. You can tell by the window in the back that it's a church. And he's definitely praying. His hands are together, okay? And I like to put my hands together when I meditate because it's the masculine and the feminine energy balancing. And it's a symbol of praying. So we need to pray more, Pisces. We need to meditate more. We need to rest more. And I mean, I'm a Pisces. I love to sleep. I definitely get sleep. But it's not about how long we sleep, Pisces. It's about how good we sleep. So how much good rest are you getting? Is your brain going crazy? And this is a reflection of we're 30 minutes into the video, and this is only the first aspect of the month. This is going to be a long video, but this is coming up around that eclipse and on the 7th because you're going to need your rest. You're going to be feeling crazy vibes. You're going to be going through all these crazy situations, and we're going to be our best selves if we rest. And it's so crazy that this would be attached to the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. That's definitely not a coincidence. So maybe we've been thinking a lot about this energy, and it's been very exhausting trying to work towards this happy-go-lucky energy. So Pisces, if that's you, I know I can relate to that. We may need to rest and just give in. This man is gold for a reason because this is a golden opportunity for you to just rest. And there are these decisions, right? There's these decisions. Sword energy represents decisions. So we need to take a rest from all the decisions that we have to make. Okay, that definitely came up in our reading too. All this pointy sword energy that we're not very comfortable with. Like, swords should not be paired with water and emotion. If you try to come at somebody with your emotions pointy wise, that's only going to cause other negative emotions. So we're definitely being asked to take a rest from all the decision making. We've probably been driving ourselves nuts thinking about what everything means and what is this decision, and I have to choose between this thing, and but if I choose this, it'll mean this, and so I should probably choose this, but then that person will be hurt. Well, we just need to take a rest because actually I've heard in August that it's not a very good month to make decisions, because with all these retrogrades and eclipses going on, the universe isn't even making any decisions right now. It's going through, some vibes. It's joining up with the moon and the sun. So the universe isn't even precise right now. The universe is going through a shift in a grand transformation. So why should we? And it's so weird how that happens when the universe is actually letting up on energy. Here on Earth, it can seem like, especially to us who can feel those energies, we might get it confused with, oh my, I feel something in the universe. I feel that the universe is taking a break. That must mean I need to get serious. It doesn't always mean that. This is the universe saying, rest with me, Pisces, or rest while I'm doing all this crazy energy, because the universe is using our vessel. The energy is going to flow through us, and through the zodiac wheel. It's going to flow through us to Aries, to Taurus, to Gemini, to Cancer, it's going to flow around, but it's going to have to, if you think about it, the energy starts in Aquarius, and who does it go right to after Aquarius? Pisces. So Aquarius is going to do all this energy. Aquarius is on one right now. They're busy, their lives are changing, and all that energy. Think about if you put every Aquarius in one room, every Aquarius in the whole entire world. Their energy represents something. Their energy is going through something as a collective. So, that's our subconscious house. So it's kind of like we're subconsciously going through this as well. So that was interesting to have the Four of Wands with the Four of Swords. And I will say before we move on from that Wands and Swords are actually pretty similar. They're both about decisions, and they're both about action, except for Swords are just a little bit more pointy than Wands. So what I tell people when these come up in a reading, Swords and Wands, is that Wands are creative decision making and Swords are the harsh energy. So there may be another decision to make. Should I go creative with this, or should I go, real stern and bold? So we might be trying to choose between our spiritual lives and our practical lives. That sounds relatable. And instead of thinking about the hard decisions that we've hung up on the wall, these are decisions that have already been made. There's a decision that we need to rest on. There's a decision that we will make after we get the rest that we need, after we meditate, okay? When I meditate, I get profound answers. I get random images, I get random visions, okay? I'm strongly encouraging Pisces to meditate around these eclipses. It'll definitely help with the indecisiveness and things like that. We have a lot going on this table. So we also have the Page of Cups, okay? This is definitely an up and down emotional energy, but it's more so about consoling in an intuitive force. That's what this card means to me, because we have our fishy selves showing up. So Pisces, they're just kind of like Gemini. Gemini is going through some oppositional, how they have the twin, right? Well, Gemini is finding that twin this month with the reading that I gave. Pisces, we need to talk to our other fish, okay? We have become this young lad, right? We're all earthed out and all dressed up, but there's a part of us that's still that intuitive fish friend. So there may be, the opposite side of us. The opposite side of us may need to shine through. We may need to seek inside ourselves and see what our intuition has to say about this. Have we been intuitive? Have we been so stuck in the logical world that it's not that a Pisces can separate from their intuition, but we often can neglect our intuition by feeling intuitive things and not speaking on them. Very rarely for a Pisces, but with all this craziness going on around this moon, maybe this is just the universe saying, hey Pisces, don't forget about your fishness. Don't forget about the fact that you're a fish and that you can swim through all this crazy subconsciousness. No wonder it's happening to us, because we'll just swim through it, right? So, there's always that other fish that we can consult. And possibly after we do that, this is the energy that may come in. This is the Judgment card. I was quite sure this card would come up for us. This card has come up for a lot of people in these August readings. And what that means to me is that we are all being called to higher versions of ourselves. I mean, what else do you expect when there's a lunar and solar eclipse in the same month in the signs of the North and South Node? This is crazy. There's been a lot of energies preparing for this, and it's been divine. It's been divine timing. So Pisces, there is a calling that speaks to us. There are otherworldly figures. This is also another subconscious realm, you know. This is the angels. This she is calling, you know, she's definitely calling these people awake out of their graves. So I think of resurrection, you know, angel resurrection. When I see this card, I see an angel calling people to do things. And it's interesting that we have these people rising from their grave because we have the death card as well. And I don't mean literal death. I just mean Pisces, we've been, you know, we've been waiting and we've been kind of chilling. You know, we've been waiting for this transformation. And after the things that die with us, certain relationships, certain situations, certain feelings and emotions, you know, certain ways that we think subconsciously, they will be judged and they will be resurrected by this divinely figure. So that's just interesting that both of those cards come up. And I just feel like around this eclipse, something will be revealed to us of, you know, and that's why the Four of Swords came up, because, you know, if you're just walking around regular on August 7th, you know, it's pretty easy for spiritual messages to come through to Pisces, but you might miss some information if you're not slowing down that day, if you're not, you know, taking time for yourself, because there's a message that only you can hear, Pisces. There's a song. There's the song of the angels that only you can hear, and you're supposed to sing it with them. Okay, we have a very important task here coming up with these eclipses when it comes to the subconscious. You know, the angels are very much relying on Pisces energy to portray this information. So if you've been feeling, you know, kind of like you have an important thing to do, you may want to meditate on that and get some answers. Because, you know, we're definitely being called, Pisces. The Judgment card is one of my favorite cards. It is the card of Pluto, which is, you know, the ruler of hell and the underworld. So after certain things die in us, we will transform and rise again. You know, and we have this sword energy again. Okay, there's a lot of sword energy. To have the Two of Swords and this sword, like, I don't really like these cards. I don't like when I see them. They're kind of the first cards that stuck out to me when I became a tarot reader. So, you know, there's this decision making, and, you know, a lot of us do feel stuck and trapped and cold and blinded. And it's so interesting, both of these women have blindfolds on, you know. So I'm gonna chill on this energy and not be so upset that this showed up for us, because it's true. I can't hide from the universe, I can't hide from spirit, and Pisces, you know, we just can't. So we've been feeling trapped by all these decisions. That's why I said we may need to rest from all the decision making. August is not a good month to make decisions. So just know that we have the universe's permission to just take a freaking break, okay? Well, you need to give yourself permission to just take a break, you know? Because feeling like this is quite draining. It's quite exhausting. And it, you know, like I said, both of these women are blindfolded. And like I said, we are going to have to close our eyes around this time. Not so that we can't see, because, you know, we have that third eye, Pisces. So we are choosing to close our earthly eyes in order to see things in a different way. And that very much might be what's going on here, because I definitely, and this is subconscious. Remember to relay all these cards. All these cards came up for the subconscious information on the 7th. This is a subconscious eclipse. So we may have to trap ourselves. You know, we may have to avoid our emotions, how our feet aren't in the water. And like I said, remember I was telling you, there's this feeling of Pisces becoming less emotional lately. And that's because we have to avoid our emotions right now, because if we actually focused on our emotions, we would probably spontaneously combust. Okay, so don't feel crazy, Pisces. And we had some more energy over here that I wanted to talk to you about, and then we're gonna move on to the Mercury retrograde happening. And at the bottom of the deck, you know, we do have this wand energy, all about staying on top. When this energy comes up for someone, I know that they're put in a high position. And I already knew that about us, Pisces. We are at a high position. We're very important to the universe right now. And of course, there's going to be people trying to knock us down. It's going to be our own creative thoughts, our own subconscious energy trying to knock us down. So it's about everything we've learned, everything we know about the subconscious. Because we're Pisces, we're really going to have to utilize that. And here's another energy where he's not putting his feet in the water. So this is emotions, okay? So that might have been it. I thought there was a little bit more energy that I might not have portrayed, but that was all of it, Pisces. See, it just seemed like a lot of energy there. So that's a lot for that first eclipse, and I'm not even sure if, you know, I always feel like there's more that I can, more than I could elaborate on, but we're gonna have to move on to the Mercury retrograde happening in our 6th house, Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo, and Mercury is gonna be going retrograde. Mercury's in Virgo right now. It's just not retrograde right now. And Mercury being in Virgo is definitely bringing the logic back. Like as soon as Mercury went into Virgo, I could definitely feel people all around Earth just, you know, embracing logic a little bit more. And, you know, with us being Virgo's opposite sign, you know, we always feel that opposition to Mercury. Mercury is always opposite of us, and that's kind of similar to it going backwards. So we always feel that, you know, and for it to be in Virgo makes it even more intense. So we've had lots of Mercury retrogrades. I don't recall one in Virgo recently. So this is going to be interesting, and it's happening in our 7th house, okay? So Mercury retrograde is when Mercury, the planet, appears to move backwards in orbit, and it has a very backwards type of feeling in light on here on Earth, okay? It affects us here. For instance, as soon as I started to record these videos, the Aries video almost deleted. Like I hit stop on record, and then my video was nowhere to be found. But I stayed strong. I searched everywhere. I moved my mouse over just a little bit more, and I seen that there was an error with the video. Luckily, it transferred over to my movie maker thing, and I was able to actually get the Aries video uploaded. That would have made me so mad. But that is Mercury retrograde in a nutshell. So after the 12th, just be careful, guys. Because yeah, that will be going retrograde, and we're gonna get some cards to kind of, you know, get some messages for that. But I just want to say that it's going retrograde in the 7th house. Mercury retrograde is like a blast from the past. So any unfinished business you have with anyone, and for this to be in the 7th house of relationships, okay, be careful, Pisces, with who's coming back into your life. I understand that oftentimes, Pisces, we get in these like little universal issues with people, and we become at their disposal. You know, it's like they want to apologize to us, or they feel bad for treating us a certain way. Pisces are interesting. It's like what people do to us is what they do to their own self in their subconscious anyways. So we're often just the doormat of people's issues. So there may be some apologies coming for you. If you hurt people, anything like that, that could be coming back up. A Mercury retrograde in the 7th house is just, it makes it even more intense because it has to do with lifestyle. I mean, it has to do with relationships, and it has to do with people who, I said lifestyle because that's what Virgo rules. And it's interesting that I say that because at the end of the month, Mercury will still be retrograde, but it's going to go into Leo. And Leo is our 6th house of lifestyle. So anything that we've done, I mean, the universe has access to it all. So anything the universe sees as necessary for us to go back over, most likely when it comes to our relationships or lifestyle, you know, we may be going over those things. We may be growing. But Mercury will go back direct in September. But until then, let's just get some cards for Pisces in that Mercury retrograde in the 7th house. Mercury retrograde for Pisces on August 12th. Any messages for us? Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde in the 7th and 6th house. Whoa. Well, the Ace of Swords tried to show up, so we definitely have some power. And then we had the 8 of Wands show up. So it's power coming in quick. Bottom of the deck was Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment. So just heed all these messages, Pisces, because I believe that everything happens for a reason. Some of the same energies, Pisces. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Work being done. Oh, can't see because of the glare. We have that Leo energy coming up with an offering coming from our subconscious. We definitely have a spiritual journey with God or an Aries. Fast energy coming in. either a really bad relationship, a Capricorn related to a new beginning. I believe we got these energies for a tarot reader on YouTube. So just heed those very quick messages, Pisces. But what I really want to focus on here is the cards that came out for the Mercury retrograde. Okay, so the first card is the Eight of Pentacles. And it shows a man who is leaving town. See how town is far behind him? Oh, this video is getting long. Well, that's what happens when you try to explain the subconscious of the universe. But this is just self-work, Pisces, you know? So we're going to be working a lot on ourselves, especially when it comes to our lifestyle and the relationships we're in. Especially when it comes to past relationship we've been in and past things about our lifestyles, because let's face it, there are some things changing. So when I see this energy, I see a dedicated person, someone who's very like they're very self-efficient. They definitely are smart and hardworking. And for this to come up for the Mercury retrograde, it just shows me that we're really going to be working on things. And for these to be pentacles, you know, it can be anything of value that we're working on. So, you know, that's kind of good news. We're just going to be working on our value and most likely our emotional values. So this is the Cancer energy coming up again. Some of you may be with a Cancer. Ironically, my seventh house is Cancer. So, you know, I'm just going to heed that there's these emotions coming in, the light and dark coming in again. So Mercury retrograde, communicating our emotions, working on the way that we communicate our emotions, because these cards are very much together. And, you know, we have this left out in the cold feeling, Pisces. It doesn't surprise me. You know, here are these wounded figures again, kind of like the the Nine of Wands. So yeah, Five of Pentacles, very cold feeling. It's very poor and poverty. These are people who are retreating to a church because they're homeless. You know, they're going there to eat and sleep and pray, and because they have nothing else. I mean, it's very cold out, and these people they've been through a battle. So it just shows me even more that this cold battle is almost over for us. Feeling like this, Pisces, it's just not working anymore, and it's just like almost over. And I'm sorry that these energies had to go by so quick. I hope that the deck fell out, so I definitely wanted to explain it. So let's get a little bit of information. Sorry that this video is so long. I'm gonna have to probably make it up to a few signs, but total solar eclipse on August 21st in Leo. So we do have a lifestyle change. So it's kind of crazy because we have that first eclipse in our 12th house, which is our subconscious. Oh, the Hangman. Whoops. Oh, that was the Queen of Cups. But the Hangman showed itself. So we are waiting. Maybe this eclipse has a lot to do with waiting, or the waiting's over. We have the World at the bottom again. Well, you know, like I was saying, we had that lunar eclipse. Three of Pentacles. Definitely talking about our lifestyle changing, the work that we do, the orders we take from others. And of course, we have us at the bottom of the deck, talking about this eclipse coming and this moon. So let's get this information. So we have subconscious eclipses and we have a lifestyle eclipse. It's definitely about the work we do, Pisces. Okay, these messages must be, the universe is like, Pisces, or Braylon, I gave you the card. Oh, well, so let's see. We have that Nine of Cups come out with this card again. So there's definitely a wish coming true about a relationship or fulfillment about your home, a wedding. Lovely energy that just keeps wanting to come out for Pisces. We have the subconscious realm at the bottom of the deck. So we're just going to be astral traveling and just doing a bunch of stuff this month. Is there any other messages for Pisces before I end the video? The very long 50-minute video. Probably 55 by the time I'm done. Maybe even an hour. Whoops. Any other messages that you would like to tell Pisces energy for the month of August? Woo. All right, guys. Well, that's interesting. Bottom of the deck, Capricorn. The top card that popped out is Cancer. That is an opposition. Cancer and Capricorn are opposite. So that tells me that there are a lot of opposite energies coming for Pisces. We are going to be balancing those two. I feel a pull in two different directions, light and dark. So yeah, very, very interesting. And at the bottom of the Devil card, we have completion and fulfillment. But Of course, not without that final battle, Pisces. We have to prove our faith and loyalty to the universe one more time before this abundance can come in for us. But these energies are interesting. When the Cancer card popped out, because remember, the devil was just chilling on the bottom. So I didn't have to check that, but I like to. And what it symbolizes me to have the bottom of the deck like that is that these are messages hidden that you have to dig deep for. And what the subconscious is all about, digging deep, right? So, yeah. What this means to me, though, Pisces, is that we're going to be very cardinal. We are the mutable water sign, but Cancer keeps showing itself to us. It showed itself to us a lot in this reading. And I just feel like we're going to be the masters. You know, this is the high priestess. Cancer is the high priest and high priestess. So this is a strong emotional figure, right? We are protected. We're serious. We understand the moon and the stars and what they're doing right now, right? We are royal. We're in charge, and we can control the light and the dark without having immediate restriction on the two. So this is definitely about controlling the light and dark, and it may be within us, Pisces. It may be within us, but I'm very excited to keep seeing this Cancer energy for us, because it doesn't mean we're going to be more like Cancer. It means that we're going to be a cardinal energy. Sorry. Our waters are evolving. No wonder there was that Knight of Cups energy with the fish on it, but the kind of harder skin. We are definitely going through emotional initiation, because Cancer, like I told you, Cancer and Scorpio have that shell. Scorpions and crabs have shells to protect themselves. So Pisces have just learned, probably because of the cruelties of the world, that we need to protect ourselves too. And it's probably from figures like this. Be careful, Pisces, because we're really walking in subconscious realms here, okay? We're very much, you think it was trippy before, but our subconscious is getting enlightened, and we're going to know even more. We're going to be even more spiritual. We're going to have even more visions. We're going to feel people even more. We're going to be even more empathic. Everything spiritual about us is getting ready to increase. And what I want to tell you guys, no matter how long this video is, I cannot leave without stressing this. We really are. Everything we're going through is a preparation for what's to come. Okay, we are going to get that fulfillment, but this is something we should keep in mind. At the end of this month, the sun will move into Virgo. That is our opposite sign. And I can't wait to do the September videos. I'm going to pull out some new tarot cards that I have, some different type of energies to get some messages. But Pisces, this is intense for you and I, because that means the next full moon will be in Pisces. Okay, we're going to have a full moon in our, no wonder we're going through this subconscious energy, because now in September we're going to go through things that we're aware of. Okay, the moon is slowly making its way to being full in Pisces, because every full moon is an opposition of the sun. So the reason why we're having a full moon in Aquarius today on the 7th is because the sun is in Leo. So when the sun moves into Virgo, we will be the full moon next, and it's going to be the harvest moon. So that's interesting. A lot of things are harvesting right now in us. Our emotional harvest, our spiritual harvest, So I'm really sorry about the long video, and for any other sign that are just watching these videos, sometimes I watch them all too. I'm really sorry that these videos are longer. It just gets really, really, really difficult to explain all these aspects with very little time. I hate putting time limits on this because the messages are just there. And I will be uploading a separate video all about the lunar and solar eclipse, and that'll probably be 15 or 20 minutes long, so hopefully that'll make up for some shorter videos. At least all of them are over 30 minutes this time. I can't help it. I'm a Pisces. But okay, guys, let me get off here before this is literally an hour long. I hope you learned something from this. I hope it relates to you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Add me on Facebook, Braylon Janae Caldwell, or you can add me on Instagram or Twitter. Just get a hold of me. I'd be more than happy to pull some additional cards, even though the Pisces video was quite long. So yeah, anyway though, if you have any questions, just let me know. Comment below, and I hope you have a great August, Pisces. I'm always here if you need advice, or I might even need some of you guys to hit me up. I might need advice, but we need to stick together, especially during all these subconscious transitions. All right, Pisces, we'll talk more in September.